Oh my god. Man, Taebaek, you're a legend. An absolute legend. Welcome back to Fuzzy Walrus Industries. I'm Walcom, and today it's time for the Nerf 2008 Edge Strike Elite Delta Trooper. This is a pretty cool looking blaster. This is supposed to be the replacement, the new hotness of the Retaliator. You can kind of see what they're going on right here with the new barrel attachment, a stock attachment, and a pistol blaster that you can configure into different choices there. On the back, you've got, well, it shows the stock, which looks pretty cool. You've got the barrel extension, which also looks pretty cool. And you've got the middle blaster, which looks pretty cool, actually. It all looks actually really cool. It comes with a 12-round mag, and it says it's 4-in-1 blaster, which is blaster, blaster plus stock, blaster plus barrel, and then the complete thing. And says that elite dart average distance, 40% of the darts are supposed to go over 85 to 95 feet, are approximate based on test data. And yeah, they had to say that like several times. Will vary on dart condition and blaster, and they show off the surge fire on the bottom, which curiously they're not showing off the new Scout, but maybe that's because everybody hates the Scout. But one interesting part is that it says use only official Nerf darts, and this is actually a sticker that they put on the box, and I'm guessing they're gonna have to say that because nobody buys these darts anymore. Everybody's buying thousands of them off Amazon for pennies per darts, compared to the actual really expensive Nerf darts, and they're gonna have to work really hard to convince me that this is a thing that needs to happen. Because I would say don't use official Nerf darts, I would use anything but. Not only do you get superior performance, but they are much, much cheaper. And again, thank you very much to Taebaek for sending this off to me. I really freaking appreciate it. And the gummy bears, oh my god, I can never, the Wifecom and I will demolish this bag of gummy bears, so thank you very much. Let's see what we actually get in the box! We get a blaster. The stock is already attached. That's kind of interesting. And, of course, my favorite magazine, the 12-rounder. This is, like, the perfect size for a Nerf magazine. I don't really like how long the 18-rounders are. These things are perfect. And it's a pretty chunky blaster, to be perfectly honest. Let's see if we can free this from its prison. They have really taped that in, haven't they? There we go. And it's basically already ready to go. Ah, over there too! They're just wrapping this thing in tape and cardboard. There we go. That is a really, really cool stock. I actually really like the look of that. It looks slightly worse when you take it off, and probably the biggest complaint I have is that it has Elite molded into it, so it's gonna look goofy if you put it on anything else, like a modulus blaster or something like that, but man, that's a nice flowing line right there. Oh, that's pretty good. Grip is a little on the squashed side. I can grab it, but you can see, this is one of the first Nerf grips that I think some people with some bigger hands are gonna be quite displeased with. It's very thick, but it's squashed. It's not very long, and that could be an actual issue. And the Prime is very comfortable. Very, very comfortable. There is, of course, a switch right there to deprime it if you have a jam. Mag release button, I'm assuming? That's different. This blaster's full of all kinds of different things that I wasn't expecting to see. And it does have the kind of tiger stripe camo that the Hyperfire made really popular, and I guess that's the way the Elite line is going to be going from this line out. I actually don't mind this kind of tiger striping. I like it a lot better than the digital camo. I do not like the digital camo. Instruction sheet right here, which I will save for Barrett. But, yeah, it's pretty normal. Nothing super. I'm curious how this clip release is going to work. We'll take that. And yes, Nerf does call them clips. However right or wrong they may be, well, they make the products, so they're not exactly wrong. And the goofy part about this barrel, some people may like this, some people won't, but it does have this weird upswept right here. And amazingly, what's the point of having that upswept there if there's no rail on the bottom? That is a little weird. There is, of course, a rail up there, and that looks to be the only rail on the blaster, which is on the barrel attachment. But, okay, slightly not feeling it now. Maybe. That's gonna take, I mean, that's one of those designs that's gonna take a little while to get used to. With it kind of having this huge upswept right here, like, I would rather that had been thicker and just been in profile with the rest of the blaster, but it kind of does that weird sweep right there, and, well, that's a little bit different. It does make it rather comfortable to hold, though, so probably not all that bad. Let's see how this clip release works. Of course, prime it back. They're not going to change that. And then, oh, that is really comfortable, and it should be ambidextrous. So, in the other hand, that's really cool. I like that. I like that a lot. It's a small button. I mean, you're not going to accidentally hit it or anything like that, but that works pretty darn good. So far, the Delta Trooper, I prefer this. I actually don't like, I'm not a fan of barrel attachments whatsoever. Just like this looks really, really cool. Look at that. It's like a little compact SMG looking thing. I can dig it. I can dig it quite a bit. Yeah, I think the grip is going to be the major contention point for a lot of people. There is a lot of, I really like too how some of the tiger striping, not all of it, but some of it is textured, and there's nice texturing going all over here. Design-wise, the blaster is very, very well broken up. And the prime is very, very light, and honestly, it just looks really cool like this. I think the barrel is kind of a miss right there. We can probably find a cooler barrel to put on the front of that. Let us load up the included mag clip thing. I'm going to have to, one of the things I'm going to have to say right off the bat is that, like, while this is a replacement for the Retaliator, a lot of the Retaliator's parts and pieces are not going to work for this, and that's kind of the biggest draw of the Nerf Retaliator, is that it has so many parts and pieces that non-modders can basically drop in and make their blaster look completely freaking cool. This one, is not going to really let you do that so well, which is a little bit of an issue, but it's not that bad if you want the new hotness, and there is a lot of reasons to use this over the Retaliator. I like this design way more than the Retaliator. The stock is a little short, but it's comfortable on me. At least it feels comfortable on me. I mean, I've got kind of short arms, but that's not bad. Could be slightly longer, I would say, if it was just like about an inch or two longer. I think it'd be perfect. That's, but I love how thick it is. This stock is going to go on something else. Like, this has got to go on another blaster. That's one of the coolest stocks that I've seen Nerf put out in a while. Alright. I'm going to fire this thing off, and actually, let's take it outside. It is raining right now, but let's take it outside and see exactly what this thing can do. Alright, it is raining, but we're going to power through it. We're going to get our first shots off with the new 2018 Nerf Elite Delta Trooper. And it's already primed, so let's see what this thing can do. That is quite respectable. Wow. Especially in the rain. That's not bad at all. It's very consistent for the most part, too. I'm going to give it a slight angle here. See how much we can... Yeah, that went pretty far. It's almost making it to the stump. Huh. I'm somewhat impressed. That is not bad at all. Even flat. That is pretty good. You can see how far 12 darts will get you. That's quite a few shots. I like it. Huh. Well, let's run it over the chronograph. I don't think it's punching all that hard, but let's at least see what it's doing velocity-wise. All right, fresh darts, fresh mag. Let's see what this does. 74. Duplicate 74. 75. 71. 77, 74, 78, 72, error, 75, 76, 71, and we're out. That's a little bit hotter than I was expecting. That's not bad. Usually, like, a Retaliator hits a little under 70. This is a bit over. Not bad. So, overall opinions on the Nerf Delta Trooper. I like it. I actually do really like it. Again, not a big fan of this at all. This is super sweet. This is really, really nice. I think the grip will be a contention point for some people with bigger hands. I have pretty small hands and it fits me just about perfectly, but if your hand, you can already see, it's slightly not able to take up with it. But 12-round magazine, I like the push button. That is really, really nice. And the fact that it's ambidextrous, that is really cool. And it performs a little bit above expectations. Not a whole lot. It is still pretty much a Nerf N-Strike Elite blaster, so it hits about as hard as you would expect, but it did seem to do a little bit better. So, not a whole lot of complaints. Again, it's a pretty cool looking blaster. If the stock was a little bit longer and it didn't have this Elite molded into it, I think it would be a little more palpable, but like, besides the minor issues with no paint on that side, which I still think is really silly, at least that is molded on both sides, I think it's a really nice little package, and I think this blaster will have some fans. I'm, of course, curious to see what's inside of it, and you'll have to stay tuned for me to see what is inside of it, but overall, it has Slamfire, too. I just realized that. I looked in the magwell, and I saw a piece I didn't recognize, and yeah. But I don't remember anybody saying this thing had Slamfire on it. In fact, I could have swore I read a comment somewhere that it didn't, but it very clearly does. Really good Slamfire, too. I am impressed. Well, that bumps it up quite a bit for me. Huh. Alright, yeah. Funny. I'm glad I tested that because I was so sure it didn't have it. But it does, in fact, even have Slamfire. So, it's a Slamfire, modular, to an extent, SMG pistol rifle thing. Carbine, I guess. It's actually pretty sweet. I think the strongest point is, of course, this, the grip. Very comfortable. I like the push button. Trigger good. I like the color separation, the details and stuff on it. Not bad. I was not expecting to like this blaster half as much as I did, and yet I really do like the Delta Trooper. Interesting. Well, I have to give a big thanks to Taebaek from Velocity Blasters for sending this thing off to me, because I really appreciate it. Of course, this is already out in Canada, if you happen to live up there. However, it should be out very shortly here in the US if you're looking to get one. And of course, then it will be on... I'll link down below where you can pick it up on Amazon when it shows up if you're watching this in the future, but definitely a very good alternative to the Retaliator. I was not expecting to like this half as much as I did. And I think that says something. I am, of course, Walcom. Thank you very much for watching this video. And, of course, I hope to see you in an entirely different one. And now to pull this thing apart.
You got